Hello and welcome back to the Seleucid campaign. Yes, the definitive Seleucid campaign on YouTube. This is the Heir of Carthage, of course, because no one has hijacked my channel yet. I say yet, because I guess everything is possible, though I'm not hoping for it. So yes, welcome back. We're going to continue where we last left off. If you haven't seen all the episodes, I'm keeping them conveniently packed in a playlist for you so that should you ever need to sit down and binge watch, you can do so. So make sure and grab the playlist if you need it, and catch every episode. I want to appreciate you all for the conversation that we had last time on the comments, which was a lot to do with a key feature or something you would want to see in a Rome 3 if they ever made one. And we had some really good ones. I think one of my favorites was from Lord of the Trident, who said the Kentucky Fried Advisor to come back. Sar, Carthage has fallen, Sar. I love it. So a Kentucky Fried Advisor would definitely make Rome 3 fantastic. But we had some other actual legitimate ones that people went through, and I say legitimate, not to bash Lord of the Trident there. That I loved that comment, but we had other ones come through, and I think one of the ones that was neat to me was one that, and I can't talk about all of them, unfortunately. I did respond to a good chunk of comments on this video as best I could. If I didn't respond to your comment, I can't get to them all, but I am attempting to get to some each time. In any case, the one that I liked was someone talking about this little feature we used to have in Medieval 2, where when you would upgrade the armor of a unit, it would show up on the battle map, and it was really neat that you could upgrade a unit and then see the difference on the battle map. And that really would be fun in a Rome 3 feature as well. And I think that would be really neat to see. There was others that people mentioned. I think the ones I mentioned, of course, was... well, I don't even remember what I mentioned now at this point. Some people... Oh, another one that I wanted to address here was the politics system. Some of you wanted to see a politics system more complex and more befitting. Something more like Crusader Kings or a Paradox-style politics system versus the kind of click-to-manage type of system that we're seeing in Rome 2 right now. And some people might say, well, Air, that system in Rome 2 is not bad. Well, it's certainly better than what we had before, which was basically nothing. But at the same time, as I've kind of pointed out while I play in here, there's not a lot to it. Like, you're kind of just clicking and giving up treasury in order to avoid a civil war. Like, it's not particularly exciting. And so I think I agree in that sense that it would be neat if you are going to have it there, to have it be something a little more interesting. What exactly that is, I don't guess that we have a completely sound answer for it. I need to keep moving this army. There are some small Baktrian armies behind me. This one is so small that it is a cataphract general, though. It's not going to take a walled settlement, but for instance, something like what we just captured here, no, we could probably hold here too. It's just that our garrison is replenishing its men, so I don't know if we could handle it at the moment. I see, like, this one has a much smaller garrison. It's annoying that we have a horse master, like a master horse breeder in the colony, but it doesn't add any cavalry to the garrison. CA, please. Is that a good CA, please moment? I think it is. Hey, and thank you. We had over 200 comments on the last one, so I appreciate all of your participation. That does help me a lot. Air, you still talking about this? Yes, I am. It'll unfortunately never go away. So if you all want to support today, again, any comment works. And we had some funny comments last time, too, where I said that you can comment on how I stink and I have an ugly mug, and people did. They took me up on it, so I appreciate it. And I also appreciate the humor in it. And, well, if it wasn't humor and you actually intended it, well, I did tell you to do it, so I still appreciate it. And so if you want to leave a comment, you can still comment, making fun of me if you wish. Just leave a comment that says comment. Or I have something more fun that we can talk about today. I want to see something. I'm curious. I want folks to get down in the chat and tell me, who's your favorite faction in Rome 2? Mine is quite obvious. Heir of Carthage is my channel name, so I don't even really know if there's a whole lot of discussion on mine. But who is your favorite faction and why. And I'm curious to see who I see the most comments about. You know, like which faction is going to be the most beloved. I mean, my guess would maybe just be Rome, just because, you know, they're a popular pick in general. But, you know, I'm curious to see what people come back with and tell me. I'm looking around for some different upgrades here. I want to continue to... Ooh, well, we're about to have a Apache factory in Ecbatana. Kind of thinking about putting a stable in here at Ecbatana and doing some recruiting later. I mean, I can always change these after the wars are over, but it wouldn't hurt to be able to recruit a little closer to the front. And we have this armorer back here, too. Let's improve that, and let's go ahead and do a muster field here. And we'll go ahead and upgrade all these recruitment facilities. We've got better replenishment here as well. So this could be like a fallback position in a worst case scenario. Our income has shot up significantly, and it's because I disbanded a bunch of units in order to recruit more. So I expect that to jump back down after a few minutes. Hannibal, I believe, is still replenishing after the big fight that he had. Yep, at Knossos he is. So I think we need to end a turn. I want to say that I'm still waiting on a skill point for Antiochus, and then hoping to use that skill point on cunning, and then trying to entice Hannibal into our faction. Oh, yep, here's the Baktrians. I expected they'd be pushing back. They actually have a better army this time, so they have a Thorax Pike, some Pikes, Thurios Spears, some trash infantry, but at least they brought some Indian war elephants. So I'm not going to be able to stop them from taking this settlement without more Pikes and missiles. I'll just auto-resolve this one. So we're going to lose, but Antiochus is not far behind. So Bactria takes one of our minor settlements, not a huge deal. Let's see what else happens on this turn in. Pergamon fighting with Rhodes still. Oh, we're gonna get attacked here by the Arachosians. Take a look at this. This is a bit of a mess. 4 horse skirmishers and 3 slingers. Another slinger, horse skirmisher, and archer. This is a lot of skirmish units. And they have all this Median cavalry, and Median cavalry is not gonna fall down quickly, especially when it has all this citizen. I may just need to corner camp this. Like, it's not the most honorable thing to do, but I think I'm just gonna go corner camp this. And basically what'll happen is if the AI does have all of its skirmishers, they'll have to come up to the corner, and in the corner, actually, yeah, the terrain favors me back here too. And we are definitely going to corner camp this. So Air is taking the less honorable route and just not caring about it because I really just want to win here. I don't want to give AI any freebies just because I'm concerned with quote-unquote honor. I'm going to start the battle. I'm going to spread my forces out into a nice campground. I'm going to have to fix some of their positioning, but I'll do that in a minute. Some reinforcing troops here. I'm going to need my own skirmishers up close to the pike, or the main front line here, so they can push off horse skirmishers. Actually, this is not going to work. We need a wider line, and the reason we need a wider line is because I have to be able to fit my cavalry behind the line, so let's do that. And Persian archers right here. Slingers. Reinforcing infantry. Cavalry. General. Okay. Everybody's moving. Let's get all of our slingers in a defensive position. I'm going to put all of my spear infantry also in a defensive stance so that they don't push forward after having defeated a foe. And I'm going to take these corner units. It's a pike unit. Oh, my Persian hoplites didn't end up in the position that I wanted them in. That's kind of irritating, honestly, and I have time to fix it, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix it. I want my pikes in the middle. Can't afford to have weak spots in the middle of my line. I'm gonna get my Persian hoplites into a hoplite phalanx so that they can hold up better on the flank. Okay, we are ready to corner camp the AI here. Kind of tempted to put my skirmishers out front so that I can try and suicide bait the enemy cavalry. Sometimes they get really intent on... Let's actually go out of phalanx for just a moment so they can get all of their stamina back. My hillmen... Well, I'm not going to put them right behind the pike line yet. I'll send my hillmen to reinforce where I think something's getting weak. So the hill camp is set up. These infantry are now regaining stamina. They are fresh. Let's turn them around in the right direction. Look at this when you hit the phalanx button. So this is why I said that phalanxes need to be fixed if we're ever going to have a Rome 3, because they are a mess. You can't click on it without your units ending up facing the wrong direction in some kind of weird formation. Alright, so the AI is coming at me. They attacked. Like I said, I have my slingers and archers out front to try and bait a suicidal cavalry assault into my levy pikemen. If we can accomplish that and get rid of a lot of their cavalry early on, that'd be good. Just need to make sure, obviously, that our archers fall back prior to being involved in the suicide charge, which I do believe is coming. Their cavalry is lining up out front. That's just a horse skirmisher. Let them have it. Oh yeah, that was good, that was good. I don't imagine they'll suicide their horse skirmisher. Fall back, here it comes, they're coming. And, yep, they are coming all in. Okay, here comes the suicide attempt. And my pike line is waiting, ready to receive them. So now the horse skirmishers are going to become priority targets so that they can't destroy my pike line with javelins. And we are going to take some deaths to their javelin fire. But we have a very defensive position, very good position to fight from. Their cavalry has basically become a non-factor at this point, so I'm going to sit back and pick apart their horse skirmishers, watch their infantry crash onto the front of my phalanx, hopefully fruitlessly. You never know, it is just levy pikes, and they can only take so much. But, see, their skirmishers now are forced to basically shoot into the backs of their own men, for the most part, if they're slingers. Archers may be able to get some decent shots, but... Alright, so the horse skirmisher numbers are depleting. Once I get rid of their horse skirmishers, I should be able to break my cavalry out of an open spot along the line, and then start doing some work.
Our general is under attack.
How is my general under attack? They've brought a unit up to try and shoot my general. Yeah, slingers. Those horse skirmishers aren't really doing a lot to me, so I'm going to ignore them and take their slingers on, because they're shooting at my general. Horse skirmishers over here are dying.
What are your orders?
These guys are no longer a serious threat, so let's take on their own eastern slingers. Come on, archers, fire! Let's go. I want these eastern slingers dead. They're picking at my general. AI, that's some pretty relentless behavior, the way they're picking at my general there. Here comes a diamond charge of their Median cavalry right into the loving arms of my phalanx. Alright, we've slaughtered that slinger unit. I'm gonna target their general. So the corner camp is going extremely well at the moment. I want their cavalry a little more dead before I attempt to break mine out. because I don't want to get bogged down and then have their other units start chasing me and skirmishers shooting at me and all this other stuff. Alright, their general is not going to be combat effective, so I'm going to go ahead and focus my archers and slingers on theirs that are in a blob back here, because with them being blobbed, it should give me a really great exchange. Hey, you are in a defensive hoplite formation. Why are you following the enemy and leaving a hole in my flank? I'm not going to run any hillmen through my pike phalanx at this time, because my pike phalanx is holding, and holding quite well. And their skirmishers are now taking massive losses, so this is looking really, really good for us at the moment. I will leave a couple of hillmen to fill in phalanx gaps should one occur. But I'm going to move some hillmen out and around this flank. Start to try and break out of the corner camp. All their focus is up against this levy pikeman right here. We are getting some really nice kills on their skirmishers. One of my archers scooted forward even though it didn't need to. I love that. If by love that, I mean hate that, and I don't know why it happens. CA, please. Let's go ahead. Break my light cavalry out over here. Okay, so maneuvering has begun.
One of our units has used all its
I'm
ammunition.
gonna go for their general and try and strike a morale blow here. This unit's out of ammo, so expect the enemy general could drop. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this fight with that reserve hillman.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
It's time to start wrapping up this flank. I'm gonna throw another hillman in here just to hold really solid. Okay, we're gonna do it, folks. We're gonna win this in a pretty stupendous fashion, actually. It's time to start wrapping up hard on this flank. My slingers even are running low on ammunition at this point.
Orders understood. The men are wavering.
That is one of my hillmen.
General!
We've got the Arachosians, like, just basically all in a tight little blob right here.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful.
Alright, that is a hill unit. Yep, hillman. Again, not surprised. We are closing, yep. That's it. I'm gonna actually run down some of the fleeing troops here. I'll let my light cavalry run down that pike unit. I want to kill as many of the fleeing enemies as we can. Yeah, kill that pike unit. Kill it off. Kill it. Don't freeze, game. Come on. There we go. Hey, slingers, easy. Killing my own horsemen. Got a lot of shattered units over here to run down, so I'm just giving orders. Picked up 44 kills on the light cavalry, 45 kills, and it's all on a pike unit as well. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward and let the kill count get padded real well here. As the AI flees, some of their forces are gonna spread out and do weird things, but just keep spreading out. Alright, that pike unit is now off the battlefield. I can't officially attack it. We killed quite a bit of them, though. There we go. So we dealt them massive losses. And some of you might think, Air, that was cheesy. That doesn't go along with, you know, how you're doing the roleplay. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to give these guys a victory. So, roleplay or no roleplay. And roleplay aside, yes, you can't camp against a line in real life, but you can get on a formation of ground where you are able to defend in a very commanding position, and we're just going to pretend that that's what we did here. Actually going to kill the captives. I want to make sure that they don't get any of their troops back. I want to send these guys hurting. Like, I want them to be hurting really bad after this battle. Thing is they're going to start replenishing their troops, and I needed to win that in as clean a fashion as possible because we really need to just go siege Bam. But I'm a little worried this army just isn't up to task. So, like, for instance, we ended up in that fight there, and it was not a good fight. We struggled. Yeah, see, Bam is now being threatened on the other side of this. I'm going to have to fall back over here. And hopefully my ally, Medea here, is pushing forward. We could give them a war coordination target. We're at war with Sagartia? I'm going to give him a target of Pura over here. No, we are not at war with Sagartia. Alright, well, the Baktrians took another of our settlements, and Antiochus needs a skill point, so this looks like a good opportunity for him to try and come earn it. I want this Baktrian army to know we're here, so I'm not going to try and do any ambushes or anything. Hopefully they'll just come fight me. I don't think they will, but that would be nice. Are we plaguing? Yeah, we're plaguing here. That's great. So my army got the plague at Susia. Skaven must be around. What do we need to do? If I go attack Nisa, I'd have to go through the mountain pass. I think some of the Bactrian forces are that way. We're going to take some attrition this turn.
Let them cower like kenneled dogs.
I'm going to try and push them, though. Got a good garrison here. It's not fully up to strength yet because we just took over the settlement, but it is doing okay. It's doing okay. Let's move over and see how Hannibal's replenishment is coming along. It's coming along real nicely. We need to be fully replenished, or at least more than this, to head off to Sparta. We're close. We finished whatever research we were working on, and we're ready for more now. And let's see, academia. Construction cost. Let's work on some of this stuff here. Alright. Again, I don't need the military tech at the moment. This army is recruiting troops to get ready to go down to Egypt and face the Cyrenaians because it's quite obvious what's about to happen there. So as far as armies go, we're in good shape. Good shape with loyalty at the moment. Surprisingly. So really, we just need to start upgrading stuff where we can. Cherax at down here on the sea, okay. Max wealth from commerce. Let's actually get better public order before we mess with that. Public order is pretty good here. It's going to go higher with that building, higher with that one, so we should be fine. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and just spend that money. Might as well get some buildings improving somewhere. Alright. These guys are starting to push out some Median cavalry, which is going to give us a much stiffer challenge than some of the cavalry we've been seeing to this point. Median cavalry is pretty tanky when it gets into a melee. And with the difficulty setting that we're on, we should expect a stiff challenge from the Median cavalry, unless it's like up against our Ozet Knights or something. Let's see. Unit morale, army recruitment capacity, demoralize army, commit arson. I love the hoplite ability, it's really neat. That improves attack and stuff, but only on recruitment, so I'm not really interested. This gives the agent more campaign movement range, but not the army. I'm gonna go ahead and do this siege expert, because we're about to get into some sieges. Our navy is ready to go. I don't expect people are gonna have a great challenge for our navy, but they might. I think it's time to end our turn. Let's see what happens here. War against the Baktrians. Yeah, okay, so they just took off running. That's frustrating, but not wholly unexpected. This is going to be our challenge for defeating the Baktrians, is we can beat them.
We see little profit in further bloodshed.
No, because I have armies inbound on these guys, so I'm not going to give them a peace treaty at the moment. Did Media not continue moving towards the war coordination target? I hope they did. Alright, taking some attrition due to the plague. Hannibal's army is essentially replenished, other than missing a few pikes, and I don't think that's enough to worry about at the moment. I want to get on the move here, so I'm going to embed Hannibal into this fleet, and I'm going to head to Sparta. I'm going to push a little harder with the fleet so I can get closer to Sparta. There we go. And we have a garrison here now, and it's pretty decent. This army is now ready to go defend Egypt. Maybe even go on the offensive in Egypt. We're going to march to Alexandria at speed. Yeah, the Medians are still down here. I am trying to replenish quickly. Thinking about positioning out here on this road in an ambush stance. See if we can get lucky and pick up the Arachosians in an ambush. So that would be great. Okay, our income is going up very, very nicely. Colchis is already standing on its borders again, so I expect that they will break the peace agreement that they had just made with us. I'm going to get in the way of this Baktrian army. I know they'll probably continue to avoid me, but what is the right choice here? How do we best deal with this Baktrian army? They could double back and take Susia, but I don't really care. I'm gonna go ahead and just take their settlement over here. We still got plague, so I don't think we'll be replenishing, unfortunately. Which makes this army a little bit at risk. Yeah, because we're still going to be taking attrition. I don't know how many more turns we're going to be suffering attrition. So, do I go get in the way of this Baktrian army? Do I hit their settlements and let them siege? Because got a garrison here. I don't know how long it can hold out in a siege. But we're close by. I want the Baktrians to have as few settlements as possible, because I feel like it'll help stop them from recruiting more armies and units. Well, hopefully it will. I guess we don't have any guarantee of that. Antiochus should have picked up a skill point here. He did. We can finish this cunning. He should be able to entice Hannibal into the army now. Let's see, we're going to replace him for the moment. First of all, let's go pick who we're going to replace him with. Look at our family. So we got a general. So Seleucus is commanding. He is an admiral. Antiochus II is commanding. This guy can command right here. Skylus? Or however you say that. That's who we need to put into this army. He can command the Heralds of Thanos temporarily. Here he is. And let's go ahead and put him in an elephant general, just so this army maintains its composition. We'll upgrade the elephant. Antiochus will head back to court. at which point we can attempt to pull Hannibal into our party finally, even though he's probably somewhat near his death at 64 years of age. All of a sudden, the Parthian families are becoming a lot more loyal. Government type, provincial initiatives, political actions, they're feeling quite happy right now. So, okay with this. Okay, we just need to spend some of our cash. We've got another skill point here, though. Let's take care of the skill point. Weapon damage is probably good. Let's take a look at our provinces. Some extra wealth out of that one. There's Baktrians really near to the settlement, so spending money on this at the moment might be a little risky. Honestly, at all these settlements, it's a little risky, but yeah, so I'm going to wait. Parthia is probably not the place to spend money at the moment. Ecbatana is, though, because if Colchis betrays us again, having a sturdy garrison at, oh boy, do we have a garrison. Yeah, we do. We've got a lot of pikes, hillmen. We're about to get a potentially even better garrison. We build the stables here. So I will do that. Got a gold mine at Axum that I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all the way, because it gives us very nice income. Alright, so income is great. Yeah, okay, so they went for the weaker target. Not surprised there. So they doubled back to Susia. Just let them have it. It's really not going to be defensible. And now I should be able to move my other army to kind of keep these guys pinned back towards their own territory is my objective. That's what we're hoping to do, is kind of keep them falling back towards their own territory. So by them attacking Susia, they fell back towards their own territory, and I think I can now position... Yep, see, here comes an ally army, and then I'll be able to have my own army. We can keep positioning ourselves to try and keep the war in front of us, meaning back in their territory, not in mine. So we can spread our influence, get less public order penalties. Let's do that. Child is born. We're having a lot of kids. That's good. So our family tree will be very solid. All right, Pura is under siege, so these guys are in trouble down here. I've done more replenishing over in this vicinity, and I'm going to head towards the enemy settlement here. I'll move up a little at a time, actually, just in case we spot something of interest as we come into range. It's good news here. A lot of Baktrian armies in the near vicinity. I could tempt them all into an open field battle here. Oh good, this army's replenishing now, and I need to let it replenish. I might just move this force up here and goad these guys into an open battle, because I think I can take them. Like, we have a very superior fighting force here, and I've got allies on this road. So I'm just going to move up here and say, fight me. I'm going to try and do it outside of the range of the reinforcements from the settlement. But, yeah, fight me. So returned home. Antiochus is home. Will this be the turn? Will we be able to finally get Hannibal into our faction? Yep, we can entice. We can entice Hannibal. Requires 2 more cunning than the target's authority. And we should be good. How much does it cost me, by the way? Gravitas costs 30, so it only cost us Gravitas to do this. Alright. This character was successfully enticed to join our cause, so Hannibal is now officially part of the Seleucid court. Where does it show him, by the way? Other nobles, yeah, other nobles. Hannibal, general. So, we've got him. Or, no, now do we have to adopt him? So we entice to join your cause. So we did. It puts him in other nobles. But are these characters actually part of our party? Puzzle fun, spread rumors, force, political marriage, embezzle, entice. Not available to members of the same party. Okay, we must be part of our party. It's just in other nobles. So these must be people who joined our party, but they're not part of the family, I think is the way that it's going to work. So yeah, they're part of the party, but not part of the family. Wow, we have a huge family started down here, though we have had some kids die, unfortunately. We do have a lot of children in the family now. Let's seek a spouse. Maybe we can get a son for Hannibal in his old age? We didn't have one for him, unfortunately. Okay, so... and that brings in... oh my gosh. She has got some gravitas here. Holy crap. The Parthian families and the Greek families are now mad at us, but they can be danged now for all I care because they don't have anybody I'm interested in and they don't have command of any armies. So as long as they don't get immediate command of an army sitting in their province, which I don't think so, I think it has to be under the command of one of their characters. I don't really care if they rebel. It's no real concern of mine.
Moving out.
Oh, Sparta is not well defended. Spartans under Athenian rule. If that wasn't a shame enough, then the Athenians shamed them by not even properly protecting Spartan mother city there. Well, things about to get interesting here, folks. I'm going to go ahead and put a muster field here so we can have a little bit more garrison, and I'm going to upgrade this settlement. Sitting very pretty on food still, so no concerns there. No skill upgrades. Our army is right outside of Egypt in terms of being able to support. Okay, the Baktrians did come take this fight, and that is what I had hoped for, so now it's up to me to win it. They do have some decent units here. They do have some decent units in these armies, and they've got a unit of Indian armored elephants here. So some Baktrian Royal Cav, Indian armored elephants, shield bearers, or a Baktrian guard, I don't remember exactly what the unit is, another Indian war elephant. We're well armed and well equipped, though. I think they are going to be hard pressed to defeat me. Okay, let's get set up for the battle. I am going to set up in a pretty typical lineup here. I'm going to put my heavy infantry on the right, Pikes in the middle, light infantry on the left. The AI is going to be attacking me, which they will be. I don't really want that scrub land in front of me. I want wide open ground for my pikes and javelins, archers, all these other units to function. Peltist here. I'll line up. Since I have Peltist on that flank, I'm going to line my archers a little bit to the left here of my main formation. And Persian cavalry. Put my general inside of the Persian cavalry. Put my other Persian cavalry on this flank. And my remaining elephant unit, again, inside of that, like that. Alright, bring it on, Bactria. I am ready. I'm going to go ahead and take these units out of formation attack. There's no reason for them to stay in it, I don't think, during this battle. Because we're not just trying to hold a defensive position. I expect the enemy's reinforcements to start to stream in. And they are coming from my right-hand side. I could corner camp the Baktrians, but I'm not going to. I'm going to win this, just straight up win. Citizen Cav. We are better, and I intend to prove it in this one. We corner camped the Arachosians kind of out of need because that army was not as strong. And again, if we are role-playing a lot of things, then we're just going to pretend that that army had a tactical advantage in terrain, right? the enemy could not overcome. Kind of looks like they're shifted a little bit heavy on my right-hand side here. Turn just a little bit and reposition. Okay, that should be good. I have Indian war elephants approaching down my left flank. I'm going to try and berserk them with flaming shot. And then finish them with the Thurio spears. A lot of Baktrian reinforcements. So there's their royal cavalry. Our thorax pikes up front, though, ought to hold very, very sound. It's really just we have to protect our flanks. AI is attempting to turn my flank here, and I'm not going to give it to him.
Ready to ride! Ready and waiting.
Take this unit off, fire at will, let it brace.
Armored elephants!
This unit okay, that unit got slaughtered. Slow down, there's a lot going on. Oh crap, my Peltus took a light cavalry charge over here. That's frustrating. And I've got a citizen cavalry trying to turn my flank. Let's get our Peltus to fall back behind, and then we can support against these Scythian horse archers. We slaughtered that citizen cavalry that charged us early. The elephants are holding back. They're actually inside of archer range. I'm going to put a couple of shots in these horse archers first. Thorax pikes can enter pike or a phalanx formation. That citizen cavalry is going to die, and die quickly. I've got a Baktrian light horse charge inbound. Charge of the Baktrian light horse. Okay, the horse archers took a beating. I'm going to focus the elephants now. Go back onto fire at will with my units here. The elephants are going to take a massive arrow barrage here. And then they should suck up a bunch of javelins. I'm going to try and get after this Baktrian light horse. Sorry for the pausing, but the AI can control all of its units at once. I cannot. And I don't feel like handing them an unfair advantage just for the sake of saying that pausing is cheating or whatever people like to say about it. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but I don't care. This is my hot take on that one right now. It is, and I don't care. My heavy infantry should be able to hold over here, even against that Baktrian Royal Guard. Here's a Baktrian light horse trying to make its way into the vicinity. We clean that up. The elephants were immediately turned back and killed. Now I can turn and start focusing my archers elsewhere, and I am going to do that. There are some Eastern Javelin men that I intend to slaughter. Go ahead and hit play now.
Spear infantry at your command. Peltasts!
Hold my Peltus right here.
Ready!
I'm just holding my flanks. I'm challenging them to punch through my mercenary veteran hoplites, and I don't think they can.
Peltasts!
I don't think they can.
Fire on the enemy! Ready for orders. Elephant!
The enemy general is dead.
Okay, one enemy general is down. I'm gonna kill this Eastern Javelin man over here. It's really doing a lot of damage to my pikes, which is getting double teamed. And I have a thorax pike killing my own pike. Oh, I was thinking I had thorax pikes. I do not have thorax pikes in this army. That's Hannibal's army. I have standard pikes, so they do have a few advantages on me, even in the pike fight, which is, I have to say, rare for this this campaign. I'm a little worried about that horse archer out here. My heavy infantry is holding very well. Peltus got charged again.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, I think that's one of my pike units getting wrapped up over here. Oh, here comes the elephants. Fall back with my cavalry. I'm gonna slaughter those enemy elephants. Fall back with the cav. That enemy elephant unit is getting hammered. Got a bit of a problem over here on my other flank, though. I'm gonna send some Peltis screaming up this flank to act as light infantry, because this flank is really...
The enemy general is dead.
Alright, we killed another enemy general. So the Baktrians are losing leadership. There's 4 armored elephants left. I'm gonna ignore the armored elephants, charge back with my cav, hit play, and slaughter this pike unit before it can reposition on me. My main pike line is still holding most of it. Not all of it. Get back, get back, get back, get back. There's still a horse archer unit over here that's a bit of an issue for me. Cannot seem to bring it down. Alright, that pike unit is getting slaughtered. The Indian armored elephants here are getting slaughtered. So this is good news. With this pike unit going down, I'm going to target the next one over here and then use my elephants and cavalry to stop that. I do have some Peltis moving in. Like I said, they can kind of double as light infantry here. Try and get some shots in that Scythian horse archer. Let's hit play. My heavy hoplites are playing a massive role because you'll notice that their flank is well controlled. They're under very little threat at the moment. I cannot seem to kill that last elephant. There we go. Oh gosh, those hillmen might javelin. Lost me here. Okay, we're gonna murder this pike unit that was working our flank. Oh yeah, we killed it good. Alright, this is good news. Alright, we are starting to turn tables on the Baktrians here. They do have a scale thorax hoplite that broke through. I've got a regrouped Thurio spear. Alright, we murdered that pike unit that was working our flank. Persian light archers fall back. Okay, we've got a very good situation going on here. We have some Eastern slingers over here. Ignore them for the moment and try and work around this infantry.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. This flank is now getting rolled up. The entire Baktrian army is now getting rolled up. They've got a mass of pikes right here, pushing up against my mercenary veteran hoplites. But that's such a well-armored unit that their pikes can't kill it quickly. They might still have reinforcements streaming in. I'm not 100% certain. Eastern Slinger and a Baktrian Horse Archer. We're about to wrap up this infantry blob. I cannot catch all these units. That Baktrian Royal Guard's going to be a bit of an issue. Trying to just cause a full-on chain rout here. We are very near it. That Baktrian Royal Guard is trying to brace. And they even used a special ability to help them. I think I can break their leadership with this Persian cavalry rear charge here. There's still a horse archer out there too. It's bad news because it could berserk my elephants. Baktrian Royal Guard actually held out quite beautifully right there. I gotta give them credit where credit's due. And credit is due. They just held up against an Indian armored war elephant charge and a rear charge of shot cavalry. That was a bold stand, but one that couldn't last. So wow, what a brawl here. Antiochus went back home to the court, and his replacement had to come in hot. This army is clearly well equipped, and those heavy hoplites are extremely handy on that right flank because despite all the pressure the Baktrians put there, they had heavy horse, they had good infantry like pikes, they had horse archers. It just didn't make a difference. The armor and shields of that flank just held. That's all there was to it. We did lose a pike unit, which is not ideal. Don't know exactly where I can replace it at quickly. I'm gonna kill the captives. The Baktrians took some pretty significant losses there in this war. They have an army approaching Nisa. Fortunately, Nisa, my army there, got a turn of replenishment before they arrived.
Give careful thought to this offer.
I will not give careful thought to that offer. Alright. So our enemies are contracting. Which means that ultimately we are becoming successful. Okay, one of our children came of age. And another of our children died. I imagine that was quite common back in this day and age. Egyptian families. Where did we get a new party from? How did this pop up? Well, I mean, they're fairly loyal at the moment. Let's go see what people are in control of. So, strategic overview. Turn on the political party thing here. Egyptian families are not in control of Egypt, but they're in control of Arabia Magna. Pretty happy at the moment. The Greek families still control, or the Greek families still control Cilicia, and the Parthian families still control Egypt. So let us out of this view. I always hit escape, but that's not the right button. Let's go back in here and see if we can get a little more control over these families. I'll go ahead and secure loyalty again on the Greek families, because I don't want a civil war right now. Isn't necessary or helpful. So the Greek families are still a little bit pissed off about me taking Hannibal, and understandable. So I'm going to have to do a little extra work to kind of pull them out of their anger here, but nothing that isn't doable. Send these guys out on some diplomatic missions. There we go. Good enough for now. Good enough for now. Alright, Susia should be able to be reclaimed. It may kill off another of my pike units here, but I really don't want to fight this. I already have to recruit one, so trying to get a hold of two probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Alright, let's go ahead and occupy this, because it should be Hellenic. Got a Perioikos camp, and we're building a muster field. The enemy made patchy factories here. I didn't do it, folks. It wasn't me. Don't blame me. Don't blame Air. Air didn't do it. Alright, so this army is replenishing at the moment. Under threat from a Baktrian army. They've got some horse archers and slingers. I've got a very nice range component and a very capable melee component, as well as cavalry, so I feel quite confident that we can simply crush this Baktrian army now. We'll need to focus their elephants out of existence. I have Thurio spears and archers, which can make that happen. My thorax swords also have javelins. So we should have all the advantages that we need here. I'm gonna have to put archers on both flanks until I see where their elephants are positioned. If their elephants are stacked on one flank, then I'll stack my own archers against them. Start our deployment. Elephants are very, very powerful, but with some focused effort, they are a big, big liability. Meaning that they can go down very, very quickly. For all the damage they can cause, they can also be countered quite quickly. They are stacked on my flank here, so I'm going to put an extra thorax sword over here, and then the Thurio spears, so let's reform our infantry a little. So I'm stacked with Thurio spears on the side with the elephants, and I'm also going to stack my archers there. I'm not worried about the horse archers doing too much to my thorax swords. And I'll give a single Median cavalry to act as a screening component. More Median cavalry here, and then let's keep our elephants at a respectful, safe distance until we decide how to use them. Archers into a guard formation. Okay. Let's move up. Get ready to fight. We attack the AI, so I imagine they'll camp in the back. What they think is going to be advantageous terrain for them. They've got Eastern Spears, Levy Pikes, Levy Pikes, Levy Pikes. So several units of Levy Pikes, which we outpower with our own pikemen, and our thorax swords can outmaneuver. Otherwise, it's just Eastern spears, so nothing terribly concerning in the infantry department. Make sure all my heavy infantry is very heavy melee infantry for my thorax swords, so they can tire out a lot quicker. I could use my archers to try and start gaining a skirmish advantage, but I'm more concerned at just keeping my archers at the ready to face their elephants. I'm overextended this direction. I'm going to reposition here. Yeah, that's better. That is better. I think I might be just inside their sling range. I can't tell. Let's go ahead and move up just in case. I don't want... Yeah, no, I'm not, but I'm going to go ahead and move up. My pikemen are not in a phalanx formation, so they will get the benefit of their shield, at least at the moment.
Persian archers! Persian archers!
Persian archers pull into position.
Melee troops!
A thorax swords.
Thorax
I'm
swords!
gonna ignore these horse archers on this flank. Pike phalanx, focus the elephants.
Spears! Spears!
Alright, that unit immediately berserked, but it is in the middle of one of our sword units, so trying to bring as many javelins and archer volleys as possible to cut down those elephants before they succeed at causing any significant damage. Light horse. And our pike lines holding. Elephants were cut down, or at least elephant unit number 1 was cut down. I say that, there it goes. It's now out. I'm gonna hit this citizen cavalry with a bunch of skirmish fire. I'm gonna just keep my elephants safe at the moment. There's no reason for me to risk them out of formation attack. I should have done that with my thorax swords at the beginning of the battle. That way they'll kind of just extend their lines and fight in a better formation. Light horse. I need to get in range of that elephant.
Commander, by your command! By your command!
Form, move around, elephant.
Advance at speed!
Oh, the elephants crashed into our Median cavalry. That is a bad situation for us out there. Can I possibly run away from that? I'm gonna try, like we might rout, but I'm gonna attempt to run away from that situation. Let's take our elephants and try and crash this party. I've got my Thurio spears discharging their javelins into the back of this fight. Right, the enemy elephants are actually headed our direction. Oh, it's not what I want to do, but I'm going to have to use my own elephants to try and counter.
At your service!
Try and push back over here.
By your command!
I can't fire my archery, or like I can't use my archers to fire into that fight. I
Unit has perished.
don't know which unit that was. Could have been my routing Median cavalry.
Armored elephants!
Bleed them! Melee infantry!
Got a pike unit coming to help
Thorax swordsmen! Our orders!
against the enemy general. We're really not causing any damage with our own elephants. I'm gonna try and pull that elephant into my pike unit. We've just about got a chain route effective for the entire
Units has used all its ammunition.
enemy army. Yeah, okay, we did manage to pull the elephant into our pikes. I'm gonna send another pike that direction. Those horse archers are slowly but surely giving me the business over here. I decided to ignore them, and I'm paying the price. But it's not gonna turn the battle. Being down a Median cavalry is gonna suck, though. Guys, chuck their javelins. I need some archer fire out here. How is this fight still going on?
In our favor.
It's a levy pike unit. That's not what I want.
Thorax swordsman! Pikeman, ready!
Right. Hoping this will sour the enemy morale rather quickly. I'm down to only 19 men over here. We are taking a lot of damage with their swordsmen. Yeah, just get out of there. You're just dying. Just run.
Ready! Withdraw!
Pikes fleeing. I thought we were gonna just wrap this one up real nice and neat, and that has not been the case.
An entire unit has
Gummit, man, we just lost a whole nother unit. Probably a sword unit that I had over there, so that's not good, because again, I don't have a way to re-recruit those. Just gonna ignore that unit, come over here.
The enemy general is dead.
Alright, they just killed their elephants that were berserking. That should do it. I was hoping the chain route would have come a little sooner, but it just didn't. And that allowed the that allowed the enemy to get a lot of kills that I didn't want them to. I think it's the first time an enemy
One
elephant
of our
unit has
units
been
has
very
used all its
effective
ammunition.
against us, and it was fairly effective. I'm gonna have to target this elephant. I can't seem to kill it. It's still getting kills because it's just running amok. Oh no, don't kill another one of my swords unit. Come on. I'm trying to hit him with javelins from my other elephant unit. Kill it! Yes, thank goodness. Alright, they've got one more berserking out here. Just line up the pikes. Thurio spears don't have ammunition either. That elephant is berserking. It's chasing routing units or something. I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna have to chase it down. When it's berserking, it won't route. There it goes. It quit. There it goes. Alright, we're done. Alright, that was a little bit uglier than I had hoped, and we lost a Median cavalry in its entirety and a thorax sword unit in its entirety, and that is kind of crappy. The Median cav is less concerning. I don't think I have a good way, like, because I could always get some mercenary cav, probably, but the mercenary infantry available to me likely isn't as good as the infantry I had, and so that's a little bit frustrating in that regard. But nevertheless, we were victorious. It was a costly victory, but we were victorious. We have decent recruitment back here, in a regard, but just not the recruitment that I need. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, this is not what I wanted. I don't really have an appropriate replacement unit for that thorax sword, nor cavalry-wise. I'm working on something better here with this muster field. We have the Perioikos camp, which has given us some access, so we're not crap out of luck back here. We've got access to some things. Now, what did we lose in this? We lost a pike unit in this army. I've only got access to levy pikes at the moment. I'm going to just wait until the next turn to do some more work. On these armies. I say wait till the next turn, wait till the next episode, but hey, we got Hannibal into our family, so we don't have to worry about him potentially rebelling anymore. And Hannibal has now arrived at the Greek mainland here. We're gonna send him ashore. War were declared on Athens. So Hannibal arrives at Sparta, and I'm gonna just encircle here and hold the siege, and I will fight these manually on the next one, because I feel like we deserve to get to see Hannibal fight against the Athenians. I'm gonna take my navy over here. There is a small Athenian navy. I say small, it's not tiny. Got some thorax swords and other units. I could always grab a couple of quick mercenaries just to bolster. This will cost a lot, but should be worth it in the end. Oh yeah, it cost a bunch, but let's grab 4 more ships and just get ready to face the Athenian navy, and we can just disband those when we no longer need them, which should be soon. So there we go, folks. I mean, we got some battles going down here. We got some pretty serious battles going down here. Wonder if there's anybody I can trade with that we are not currently trading with. No one that likes me. Well, maybe these guys.
I welcome you, worthy speaker. I listen
Nope,
because...
they're not interested. Alright, well, so be it. Wow, what an episode. Huge battles. Big impacts from those battles, and now the Satrapy Wars seem to kind of be swinging. Swinging almost entirely in our favor. I'm going to come lay siege to Prada here as well. We're going to encircle.
We take this settlement.
And we'll have a couple of battles to fight immediately on the next episode. My allies are basically dying of attrition down here trying to siege these guys out. That's kind of funny. They may not succeed. But I also have allies. Medea is pushing forward with me. At Susia, we've taken Nisa. So we're very near to the Baktrian capital. And it's just back here at Bactra. So we're about to be able to secure this side of the map once and for all. That would also give me a ton of forces that can go to work elsewhere. So Alexander's legacy is certainly being secured the way it once was, and Hannibal is now creating that new legacy across the Aegean. And I will see you all next time. Speaking of, we also should be able to get into a war with Cyrenaica. I've been waiting to fight these guys, and we are well armed and equipped to do so now. The Cyrenaicans will not fare well against this army. So Ozet Knights, Hellenic Cataphracts, Thorax Swords with upgraded weapons and armor. So should be a lot of fun. HeirofCarthage signing up for now. I'll see you soon with some more action in the Seleucid campaign.